Hello, Darren Alf here from BicycleTouringPro.com. I am in southeastern France right now, and today is the first day of the Provence Prestige and Vélo bike tour with Belle France. Belle France is a tour company that offers walking and cycling tours in France, and this is one of their most popular bicycle tours. Now, several months ago I asked my readers, you guys at BicycleTouringPro.com, which bicycle tour you would like to see me do in France, and I gave you a whole bunch of different options. But in the end, this is the bike tour you guys said you wanted to see me go on. So here I am in Avignon, France, on the first day of the Provence Prestige and Vélo bike tour, and I look forward to sharing the adventure with you. Avignon is a fortified city of approximately 100,000 people, located on the edge of the Rhone River in southeastern France. The city is famous for being the place to which the Catholic popes fled when leaving the corruption of Rome in the 14th century. And the palace the popes built once arriving in Avignon is still standing today as the world's largest Gothic edifice and one of the city's most popular tourist attractions. Now I've pulled off the side of the road here, so you may be able to hear some of the traffic going by in the background. I'm sorry about that. But one of the first things that you might notice is that I have a bicycle behind me. This is actually my bicycle that I brought with me on this particular bike tour. But most of the people who participate in this bike tour do not bring their own bicycle. In fact, most of the people just use one of the rental bikes that is provided by Belle France. This makes it super easy for you to travel to France without a bike, show up, have the bike and everything you need for the bike tour waiting for you when you arrive. All you have to bring with you are your clothes, your toiletries, and your camera, and a little bit of money, credit card, etc. That's it. So it's super simple to just show up here in France and enjoy a week-long cycling adventure. The other thing that you might notice about my bicycle is that I'm not carrying a whole lot of gear on the bike. I've got a small handlebar bag up here and a larger pannier bag in the back of the bike, and nothing else. If you've seen me on some of my previous trips, I carry like 4 of these big pannier bags on my bicycle. But on this particular trip, my luggage is transported for me from hotel to hotel to hotel, so I don't have to carry the weight of all of the stuff I pack for me on my bicycle. Instead, I can just pack a small amount of stuff. I've got my jacket in here. Well, I'm wearing it at the moment. I have room for my jacket in there. I have some food, some valuables, some maps and things that the company gave me for the rest of the trip, and that's basically it. And in the handlebar bag, I have my camera and my wallet. So it makes it very, very easy for you to, 1, show up in France and enjoy a bike tour. You don't have to bring your own bike. And 2, you don't have to carry the weight of all your gear on your bicycle because the company is going to transport your luggage for you from hotel to hotel. Upon arriving in Avignon, I took a taxi from the train station to my first hotel, which had an impressive garden, a swimming pool, and spacious studio-like rooms with hardwood floors and luxurious lofted ceilings. The other thing that I should tell you about this bike tour is that I am not the typical clientele. In fact, most of the people who participate in this bike tour, as well as the other bike tours with Belle France, most of these people are between the ages of 45 and 70 years old. So if you're the type of person that enjoys a good cycling adventure, but doesn't necessarily want to camp on the ground and go for days without a shower, this is the sort of bike tour that I think you would highly enjoy. Now, this is a bike tour that you may want to do on an anniversary trip, a birthday trip, or just as a summer holiday. A lot of people do these tours with their significant other. This is also a good kind of trip to do with a friend or a group of friends. Most people do not do these trips alone in the way that you're going to see me doing it today. One of the first things I noticed while cycling in this part of France was just how beautiful the plant life was, not only out on the public streets, but in front of the private houses as well. Unfortunately, a lot of the houses were hidden behind high walls and gates, so I found myself cycling past the gates and kind of peeking in order to get a glimpse of the gardens in front of these impressive French homes. So I started the day with my jacket on. It was a little cold when I left the hotel this morning, but the sun is out now. It's really nice. Just took my jacket off. Spectacular weather, really. I mean, perfect for cycling. Not too hot, not too cold. One of the great things about a self-guided bike tour like this is that you're free to go as fast or as slow as you want to. I got a late start this morning, no problem. I'm stopping along the way and seeing everything I want to see, no problem. And this is something that's really great about self-guided bicycle tours, where there is no guide to escort you along your route, and instead you're given a guidebook or a treasure map that will lead you from one hotel to the next. All of the route details are in here. Every turn that I need to make on my particular bike tour is here, as well as points of interest, restaurants, supermarkets, a whole lot more. The thing that I really enjoy though about self-guided bicycle tours is the fact that I can stop whenever I want to, and I can go as fast or as slow as I want to on any particular day. So how has the cycling been thus far? Pretty darn good. I'm going up a hill right now and the sign said it is a 10% grade. So kind of steep, but at least it's short. So this particular bike tour is not entirely flat. There are some hills, but nothing too big thus far at least. This is probably the biggest one of the whole trip here. This is a steep hill, 10% grade. I'm almost at the top though, so not too bad. But even though I'm pretty tired after that one. Whew. So I got my jacket back on. It got a little cold. Some clouds coming over and rain is in the forecast for tomorrow. It is 4:30 p.m. I've kind of just been tooting along, taking lots of photos, shooting lots of video, and I realized how late it was and I was like, oh gosh, I better hurry up and get to the hotel. I've been cruising at like 18, 19, 20 kilometers an hour pretty much all day, except for on those hill sections, which there's been 3 of so far. All 3 hills were short, which is the good news, and the rest of the route is relatively flat, or just like moderate like ups and downs where you can barely even tell that you're going up a hill. So really nice. And as you can see, there's not a lot of cars on the road. All right, so I'm pulling into town now. I just got to find my hotel for tonight somewhere here in town. There's the sign for the Hostellerie. After settling into my hotel, I took a short walk around the city center to take photos and shoot a little video. Then I returned to the hotel just in time for a 3-course meal in the hotel dining room. Okay, I'm in my hotel now. Today was the first day of cycling. I covered about 40 kilometers, which is about 25 miles. It honestly felt a little bit more than that, and I think that's because I stopped so many times to explore the little villages that we were going through today. There were just so many things to stop and see along the way that I would get into a town and I'd be like, oh, let's go over there and see what that is, and oh, let's go over there and see what that is. Every time I turned around, I was taking another picture. There was just always something to see. Even like the weeds coming out of the cracks in the ground, I thought were beautiful. So it was a really spectacular day. And the cycling was pretty moderate, I would say. It wasn't totally easy. There were a couple hills, but it's something really that anybody could do. There was nothing like extremely hard. There was one hill that had a 10% grade, which was pretty steep. Even at the end, I was thinking, oh gosh, I need one more gear. But I did get to the top, and I think anybody could get to the top, even if you stop halfway up and then do the rest, in a second effort. So overall, a really good day of bicycle touring. The hotel here is beautiful. I just finished a dinner in the dining room, and I'm eating it by myself, which is a little strange. Everyone in there is in a party of 2 or 3 or 4, and then there was me eating all alone by myself, a 3-course meal here in France. But I suffered through it for you guys. It was great. And they had no problem serving me a vegetarian meal, which was great as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. I can't wait to share it with you. And if you would, please leave a comment down below and let me know what you like most about my bike tour here in France thus far. All right, that is it. I am Darren Alf from BicycleTouringPro.com. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you out on the road sometime soon. Bye-bye.